This is my mother, Stephanie Marie Wasilishin, but she liked to be called Stacy. In 1993, when I was 10, my mother was murdered. She will be shot during an argument through the base of her neck by a .44 Magnum Ruger Red Hawk. The medical examiner will test for gunpowder residue on my mother's hands. Her right hand will test negative for gunpowder residue. Her left hand will test positive. The medical examiner will rule this as a defensive posture and positioning, like she had her hand up to protect herself when the gun went off. A homicide. My mother was also right-handed. She never could have pulled off this shot with only a left hand. Remember, this is a .44 Magnum Ruger Red Hawk. It's 13 inches from barrel to handle and weighs roughly 3 pounds. It's known as a dirty Harry gun or a hand cannon. The suspect's account of the altercation breaks down and falls apart completely under any experienced gun owner's scrutiny. In addition to this simple ballistic evidence, there's also that 136 phone call. Right here is the front incident report showing that Russell Bennett Peterson will not call for 911 assistance till 1:40 a.m. So why on his home phone bill does a 136 phone call exist to his father, Kenneth Peterson, in Glendale, Arizona? These are just a few of the blaring inconsistencies that Sedona Police Department and the Yavapai County's Attorney's Office overlook. When presented to you as the layperson, do you think there is enough evidence here to suggest maybe putting this before the grand jury? What is a grand jury? Let's do some research real quick. A grand jury is a group of citizens empowered by the law to conduct legal proceedings, investigate potential criminal conduct, and determine whether criminal charges should be brought. Okay, let's try that in layman's terms. What is a grand jury in simple words? A jury that examines accusations against persons charged with crime and, if the evidence warrants, makes formal charges on which the accused persons are later tried. Grand jury proceedings are secret. For the accused, it protects their reputation should no charges issue. For witnesses, it's meant to allow them to testify more freely and truthfully. What states use grand juries? Today, all states except Connecticut and Pennsylvania and the District of Columbia may use grand juries to indict and begin criminal trials. How does the rights to a grand jury protect the rights of the accused? It requires sufficient evidence before moving to trial in case of serious crimes. How long can a felony charge be pending? A felony charge can be pending for as long as the statute of limitation runs on the case. For example, if the felony has a statute of limitations of 5 years, that is the length of the pending charges. The minimum statute of limitations for felonies is 3 years. Categories of crimes. Not all crimes are governed by statute of limitations. Murder, for example, has none, meaning that a murderer can be brought to justice even many decades later. How do you discredit a witness? So again, the way to discredit a witness is to bring up prior inconsistent statements that they have made. The way to discredit a witness is to call other witnesses or cross-examine other witnesses and bring up key points about your main witness testimony and impeach them throughout over-witness statements. And that's exactly what I intend to do. Discredit Russell Bennett Peterson and all of his statements, proving that in fact he did kill my mother in a crime of passion in a hot summer night in 1993 and that attempted to cover it up by saying my mother grabbed the gun first and shot at him first, and then the gun went off during a struggle. Any way you phrase those statements, it all comes out the same. Murder, homicide, death by her boyfriend, domestic violence.